Everybody, excuse me. Welcome everybody to the City of Farmers Branch City Council meeting and workshop for Saturday, June 15th. Our first order of business is B1, which will be executive session. So I'm going to read into executive session. The City Council will convene into closed executive session pursuant to Section 551.074 Personnel Deliberation and Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code to discuss and review Code of Ethics complaints against Mayor Terry Lynn and receive a report from outside legal counsel regarding said complaints and completed investigation. So with that, we are going to move to the City Manager's office and have investigation or discussion about that. And it is still 9 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back. It is 9:50, and we met in executive session. Council, I'll entertain a motion if anybody would like to make one regarding action out of executive session.
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to move that we accept the findings of the report by Ms. Clifton and consider this matter concluded and closed.
Thank you. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Yes, Mayor. But before I second, I do want to just read the conclusion. I know that the report will be released now that the investigation is concluded, which I'm excited that we're able to now move forward as a council after this. And I think it's important that, for transparency purposes, that the residents understand from an objective party that we hired to, I think it's important for them to understand what they concluded. And the conclusion says as follows: while there has been no violation of the code of the ethics ordinance, the facts in this investigation do give rise to questions for the council about how to go forward from here. Some of the residents of the city seem to believe that when contacted by a developer or a prospective business, the only appropriate path for a council member is to refer the individual or business back to staff. The current ethics ordinance does not require that. The facts at issue in the investigation illustrate the potential for perception problems when elected officials venture into the relationship between applicant and staff. Involvement of an elected official at the application level may create pressure on staff, intended or not. A heightened level of interest or active participation by a council member may signal to staff that an applicant, cause, or citizen should be accorded a greater measure of access or effort, or that staff should find a way to help an individual or business meet their goals despite the ordinary policies and practices of the organization. Furthermore, involvement of a council member as a shepherd of sorts for an application creates the possibility of two application paths. It seems likely that any developer made aware of the involvement of Lynn with the Polk case might perceive that Polk was given additional deference and choose to start their process with Lynn or other council member rather than starting with staff. While staff in this case reported that they did not find Lynn's participation and communication on the Polk application unusual, it was also clear that staff is accustomed to Mayor Lynn being very involved in details that are ordinarily left to staff. While Lynn's participation in this issue did not result in Polk getting the use he sought, on other, less process-oriented matters with less experienced staff, the involvement of a council member could change outcomes, allowing one council member acting alone to overstep the city manager's role. Best practices for a council include copying the city manager on inquiries to staff and handing off interested developers or applicants to professional staff. The undersigned recommends that council exercise caution in any attempts to change the ethics ordinance or implement additional rules of council procedure. Policies and ordinances should not be designed to address a single person or event, but to have broad application. And she writes, "Thank you for the privilege of working with the city. Should you have any questions or need additional information, please do not hesitate to contact me." Signed, Catherine Clifton. And with that, I second.
Thank you. We have motion and second. If you would indicate your vote by a show of hands. All in favor of the motion? Motion passes unanimously. Next item is item D. Well, back up. Okay. The time is 9:55, and this concludes the action portion of the regular agenda. So we will now move to our workshop agenda, and the first item is D1, to receive training from the city attorney. So, thank you. We'll move down there.